Getting a phone call like that is a mother's worst nightmare. Because you hope for the best. And you don't want to think the worst.
Memories are all this mom has left after her beloved son is killed in the line of duty. And a couple on their way to a family reunion in Copiah County is involved in a fatal crash. We'll have the latest.
And today we hit 90 degrees for the first time this year. Will we do it again tomorrow? That forecast straight ahead on Fox 40 News at 9.
Fox 40, 1 hour earlier. Fox 40 News starts now.
For the first time in 30 years, Hattiesburg is left mourning the loss of two of their own killed in the line of duty. 34-year-old Benjamin Dean and 25-year-old LaCorey Tate were gunned down last night during a traffic stop in Hattiesburg. Preceding a massive manhunt, investigators were able to track down three suspects. 29-year-old Marvin Banks and 22-year-old Joni Calloway are both charged with capital murder. 26-year-old Curtis Banks is charged with 2 counts of accessory after the fact, and 28-year-old Cornelius Clark was later charged with obstruction to justice. All 4 suspects are expected to make their initial court appearance tomorrow afternoon. WDAM's Ryan Moore has a breakdown of how it all unfolded.
Officers Benjamin Dean and LaCorey Tate died from their injuries at Forest General Hospital.
He stopped the individual, called for backup. After he called for backup, the assailant actually exited the car and started shooting.
A manhunt involving multiple state, federal, and local law enforcement agencies expanded through Forest County for a pair of suspects, brothers Curtis and Marvin Banks. Around 1 a.m., Marvin Banks was arrested at the Northgate Inn and transported to the MHP headquarters in Hattiesburg. By 3 a.m., Curtis Banks was arrested at Plantation Place Apartments and brought to the MHP headquarters as well.
Oh, why you doing this like this?
Curtis, did you do it?
No, sir, I didn't do it. No, sir, I didn't do it. My mom had to break.
The suspect's vehicle and stolen police cruiser arrived at MHP headquarters before being sent to the state crime lab. A third suspect, Joanne Calloway, was also arrested moments after the shooting. She was charged with 2 counts of capital murder. Marvin was charged with 2 counts of capital murder, grand theft auto, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Curtis was charged with 2 counts of accessory after the fact of capital murder. And a fourth suspect, Cornelius Clark, was charged Sunday afternoon with obstruction of justice.
I've heard people say it's a routine traffic stop. There's nothing routine about a traffic stop nowadays.
That was Ryan Moore reporting. A husband is dead and his wife seriously injured when their vehicle crashes into a tree on the way to a family reunion in Crystal Springs. MHP says the single vehicle accident occurred around 2:30 in the northbound lane of I-55 in Copiah County. 31-year-old Alan Jackson of Houston, Texas, was ejected and died at the scene. His wife, 34-year-old Sharisa Jackson, was airlifted to UMMC. Investigators say Alan Jackson lost control of the Chevrolet Corvette, left the roadway, and struck a tree. A Michigan community is overwhelmed with emotions after learning about a family tragedy. 2 little boys, ages 2 and 3, along with a 26-year-old woman, were found dead inside a home. Right now, police are calling the case a triple homicide-suicide. The body of a 39-year-old man was also discovered inside the home. We're told the man threatened the victims earlier in the day.
A 911 call was received from a party who arrived at this scene and discovered a 24-year-old female and a 2-year-old boy, both deceased. He called 911. Oscoda County Sheriff's deputies arrived here, and their investigation also found an additional 2 bodies.
The landlord says the victims moved into the home just a few months prior to this horrific incident. And an update to last night's Interstate shooting that sent 2 people to area hospitals. Investigators say Saturday night a man dialed 911 while traveling west on I-20, reporting that he and a female passenger had been shot. A Hinds County deputy found the vehicle at the Flowers exit just inside Warren County. Warren County Sheriff Martin Pace says the woman, whose name was not released, was treated and released from River Region Medical Center. The male driver remains at UMMC with unknown injuries. The investigation is ongoing. New at 9, emergency crews were called to the scene of this vehicle fire earlier today. It happened on I-20 near the Robinson Road exit. A family was inside that vehicle, but thankfully no one was hurt. Traffic was backed up for miles as firefighters worked to put out the flames. Well, what a beautiful Mother's Day. We finally hit 90 degrees, and joining us now is First Alert meteorologist Heather Sophia.
Yeah, right now, Rosalind, we're not seeing much activity on our First Alert Doppler radar, but we do see some thunderstorms. In eastern Texas, it's rocking their world this evening. I do expect to see some showers and thunderstorms by the time we wake up in the morning. Otherwise, right now, we're at 74 degrees. We did hit 90, but we should be in the low 80s for this time of the year. So if it felt a little abnormal, well, you're right on the money. As for tomorrow morning, 64 degrees. I do expect to see some strong storms tomorrow. I'm timing it out for you coming up in just a bit. Rosalind?
Thanks, Heather. And tonight's Most Wanted, law enforcement in the Metro needs your help catching criminals in several cases. Here's CJ LeMaster with more.
Take a look at this woman. Police in Jackson are still looking for Irma Jean Jones, who's accused of false impersonation. Investigators say Jones cashed a U.S. Treasury check that belonged to someone else. When she cashed the check, she showed the owner's ID. In Pearl, police there are looking for this man, a ring thief who left Walmart with this Harmony sterling silver ring. Estimated value about $250. He was last seen driving a dark-colored Dodge van. Another case in Pearl involves a woman who stole a shopper's purse. That incident happened at a local thrift store when the victim put down her purse to try on clothes. You can see the woman taking it here. Inside, an iPhone and $200 cash. Hinds County deputies are hoping you can help put 4 criminals behind bars. First, Patrell Brister. He's wanted for aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer and failure to appear. Dave Thomas is charged with introduction of contraband into a correctional facility. Fred Muriel is wanted for possession of meth and failure to appear. And finally, 39-year-old John Stewart is wanted for failing to pay child support. If you have any information on the suspects in these cases, please contact Crime Stoppers at 601-355-TIPS. In Jackson, CJ LeMaster, Fox 40 News.
Now to this Fox 40 exclusive tonight. The mother of one of those Hattiesburg police officers killed in the line of duty last night talks to Fox 40. CJ LeMaster joins us in the newsroom with more.
Roz, we're talking about 25-year-old officer LaCorey Tate. He was fatally shot after a traffic stop last night in downtown Hattiesburg. Tonight, his mother and sister share their memory of their son with us.
Last time I heard his voice was yesterday at 6:59. He was checking up on me.
Alante Tate says her brother, Hattiesburg police officer LaCorey Tate, was always checking on her, always looking out for her.
After he graduated, he moved to Hattiesburg to be closer to me.
Minutes after that Saturday phone call, Officer Tate and his partner, Officer Benjamin Dean, stopped a vehicle downtown, their pursuit of the law ending in gunfire.
Getting a phone call like that is a mother's worst nightmare.
LaCorey's mother, Yolanda Ross, says she knew he wanted to be a police officer from a very young age. She says he was outgoing but fair, kind but funny, and always thought of others before himself.
He wore that uniform with dignity. That was his dream. And I knew, in the back of my mind and deep down in my heart, I knew this was a dangerous job.
But she never discouraged her son from doing what he loved, even after the unimaginable.
The world is lost. A very caring, dedicated, and respectful young man.
Now, of course, the family's still dealing with this. Funeral arrangements are incomplete at this point, but we're going to keep you updated on the story for the latest developments in both that and the investigation. Roz?
Thanks, CJ. We'll be sure to stay with Fox 40 News and msnewsnow.com for the very latest on this developing story. Looking ahead, a Jackson murder suspect is scheduled to appear before a judge tomorrow. Marcus Tompkins was involved in a deadly assault April 20th on Raymond Road. We're told the victim, Billy Ray Martin, sustained head injuries from that fight, which ultimately resulted in his death a week later. Well, today is a day of celebration, but today our Annette Pegler spoke with those who are dealing with loss. That story after the break. Today is Mother's Day, and for many, it's a day to pamper and cherish your mother. But what about those of us who don't have a mother and are dealing with loss? It can be a very difficult time. Annette Pegler spoke to families at Autumnwood Cemetery and explains what's helped them get through it.
Dozens of families packed Autumnwood Cemetery to pay respects and celebrate those mothers and grandmothers on this special holiday.
Although she's not with us today, she is with us in a sense, because we're going to carry it on. And every year we will come out and be with our grandmother.
Liddell Lumpkin lost her grandmother, Mary Epps, in 2009. It was a tragic time for her family, but with time they healed, and now they look forward to honoring her legacy. So every Mother's Day, they come to her gravesite and think about the positive memories they had with her. She says it took her family a while to get past the tears, but they are now in a good place.
There are times to this day, I know that we all think about her, and God just wish that she was here, so wish that she could be here to share, to call on the phone, just to say grandma this, because she was like our mediator.
Individuals should certainly visit cemeteries, place flowers. I think it gives a sense of connection, but it also helps with the closure and accepting the reality of that loss as well.
And Dr. Glenn encourages those who are dealing with a loss to surround yourselves with other family members for support. He says with time, it will get easier. In Jackson, Annette Pegler for Fox 40 News.
And right now, our first alert Doppler radar is on a clean scan, but that will change over the next 24 hours. I'm timing it out for you coming up after the break. You're watching Fox 40 News at 9.
This is Fox 40 First Alert Weather.
First Alert meteorologist Heather Sophie here on Fox 40 News at 9. We're taking a live look over downtown Jackson this evening. And what a beautiful day we had on Mother's Day. It was quite a nice one. Warm though. In fact, temperatures reached a high of 90 degrees. That would be the hottest day of the year so far. We should be in the low 80s. Right now, temperatures are at 74 degrees. Winds, we've been seeing them kicking out of the south-southeast at about 10 miles per hour. They've now relaxed to about 5 at this hour. Our First Alert Doppler radar, check that out. We're on a clean scan, though you can see a few showers just to our west over near Monroe, Louisiana. Do expect to see the rain move in by the time we wake up in the morning. Meanwhile, temperatures in Macomb are at 74 degrees, 73 in McGee, Forest at 73, 74 in Carthage. A check on your metro temperatures right now. We're at 76 degrees in Madison, over at the Res, 71, 77 in Flora, and 75 in Raymond. A lot of moms out there today in celebrating the day with their family. And check out this picture we got from one of them. This is a mom and daughter. We want to wish happy Mother's Day to Jamaica. Her daughter sent that in earlier today. If you didn't get a chance to post the picture, go ahead and do that on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You might see it on our sister station at 10 p.m. As for the rest of the evening, you can expect those temperatures to continue to go on the downswing. We're expecting low 70s after midnight. You could get this forecast right there in the palm of your hands for free. All you have to do is go to your app store on your phone, on your smartphone, and download it. You can search MS News Now or First Alert Weather, either way. As we go through the next few hours with our First Alert Futurecast, I am expecting most of the night to be on the dry side. The system slowed down a little bit, and that means we're going to be dry for, again, most of the night. But looking ahead at 5 a.m., we start to see showers and thunderstorms to our west. As it moves closer to us, I do expect it to dwindle just a little bit. Looking ahead to 7:30, if you're in Vicksburg, we are going to see the potential for a few showers on your morning commute. Take extra caution on the roads as we have a lot of residue from not having much rain in many places, so you'll want to be extra careful. Moving ahead to 10 a.m., then we start to see some of those gusty thunderstorms, especially along the river. And closer to the lunch hour, we start to see some scattered showers in variety. And again, we could see some gusty winds, especially south of the I-20 corridor. And that threat's going to be not only in the morning, but in the afternoon as well. So keep that umbrella nearby. Rain chances going up. Ana is now a tropical depression, has made landfall, continues to weaken, winds at 35 miles per hour. As for temperatures tomorrow morning, back here at home, we're in the upper 60s with a few clouds around 64 degrees. In the Jackson area, we have a warm southeasterly breeze. And then for tomorrow, we're talking temperatures. Actually, that didn't update. We're going to do it again. How about that? 68 for tonight. And then those temperatures there, you have it at 86 degrees. We are going to have a good chance of rain tomorrow. We'll keep with a good chance of rain through Tuesday. Lower end rain chances beginning on Wednesday.
Thanks, Heather. Mike Sands joins us now with a preview of sports.
We're still talking that walk-off win for Ole Miss yesterday. Gave them the season and series sweep of Mississippi State. More reaction from Ole Miss as they look to get heated up heading into the postseason. Next in sports.
And now, Fox 40 Sports.
Sad news from Alcorn this evening as legendary Braves head men's basketball coach Dave Whitney passes away. The coach, known as the Wiz, leading Alcorn to 11 SWAC championships over 2 stints, leading the program with 5 NCAA tournament appearances. Alcorn's win in 1980 over South Alabama under Whitney, the first ever NCAA tournament win by a historically black university. And the year before, Whitney guiding the Braves to an upset of Mississippi State in the first round of the NIT. Amassed over 500 career victories in 27 seasons at Alcorn, earning induction into the College Basketball Hall of Fame in 2010. Well, much rejoicing in Oxford yesterday. A 5-run, 2-out rally in the bottom of the 9th ties it before a walk-off victory for Ole Miss in the 10th inning over rival Mississippi State, completing a weekend sweep. Rebels now 4 games over 500 with 4 regular season games remaining, hoping to heat up heading into the postseason.
It's huge. I mean, you need to play your best baseball towards the end of the year, get hot for postseason, just try to make a run at it. I mean, we're doing that. I mean, we played good against Bama. We gave away or 2 out there in Missouri, but I mean, we came out here, competed, and we know we got a tough weekend next weekend against A&M, so we just got to keep coming out and playing good ball.
And 1 weekend to go in SEC play with Mississippi State on the outside looking in on the conference tournament. Only the top 12 teams go, with Georgia currently occupying the final spot, a game and a half ahead of the Bulldogs. State can leapfrog Tennessee when they meet the Vols in Knoxville next weekend, and also hope for some help from Arkansas. Down to the Pete, flags at half-mast for this afternoon's Southern Miss game in honor of the slain Hattiesburg police officers, as the Golden Eagles looking to sweep Charlotte and Matt Durst looking to leave the yard. Bottom 2, Durst with the solo home run to put USM on the board. That would be the only run they'd need today. The pitching and defense superb for the Golden Eagles. They win 9-0, earning their 9th straight win. Well, minor league baseball and the end of a historic 5-game series at Trustmark Park. M-Braves and the Biloxi Shuckers, the first series between Major League affiliated Mississippi minor league teams in 60 years. And center fielder Malik Smith, one of the handful of M-Braves players thinking pink on Mother's Day. Smith and the Braves down 1-0 in the 8th, tying run on second, but Shuckers' Jay Chapman strikes out Eric Garcia to end the inning. Biloxi tacks on an insurance run to lead 2-0 in the 9th. M-Braves load the bases before Damian Magnifico gets the double play ball off the bat of Steph Loman to end it. Shuckers win the final game of the series this afternoon, 2-0. It says Magnifico on the back of the jersey. I trust that is the real name.
Maybe that's his parents' name. Let's hope so. Heather's back with another look at our first alert weather.
Yeah, we'll be dry for most of the night tonight, and hopefully you had a chance to enjoy Mother's Day today. Tomorrow, though, be sure to grab the umbrella. Keep it around pretty much all week, as we do have good rain chances for the first half, not as high rain chances on Wednesday.
All right, thank you, and thank you for joining us for Fox 40 News at 9. For more news, weather, and sports anytime, visit our website, msnewsnow.com. Good night.